Hi, welcome to Amanda's Book Corner. I'm Amanda, and this is my review of The Mozart Code by Rachel McMillan. This book doesn't come out until March 15, 2022, but I'm thankful to NetGalley and Thomas Nelson Books for an ARC in exchange for an honest review. The Mozart Code is set in late 1946 and early 1947 at the beginning of the Cold War. It's primarily set in Vienna, Austria, and Prague in the Czech Republic. It follows two main characters. One is Simon Barrington, or Simon Barr as he is now known, and he's working as a sort of spy to help prevent the Cold War from escalating. Meanwhile, Sophie Huntington-Villiers works to track down missing artifacts and pieces of art. In this book, they're trying to uncover a secret double agent. In addition to the espionage, Simon and Sophie are also secretly married, although it's a marriage in name only. But this novel offers a slow build romance between the two of them. So I'll be honest, I'm not very familiar with the Cold War, espionage, spy novels. I don't really watch movies about this kind of subject or read books about it. So for me, especially the first several chapters, I was a little bit lost about what Simon and Sophie were each doing and who they were talking to and why they were talking to these people. Just all the logistics surrounding their work and the dangerous people that they interact with and what makes them dangerous. If you have more familiarity with Cold War media and actually understand espionage and stuff, this might be a book that you understand better than I did. For me, I was a little bit lost, but that didn't really detract from my enjoyment of it. I did still really enjoy the book. For me, there were other themes that really drew me to the Mozart Code. One is just how musical it is. As you can see from the title, Mozart plays a big role in this novel. Now it's set in the 1940s, so of course Mozart has been dead for about 150 years at this point. But here, Sophie is primarily hunting down his death mask, if it exists. His Messiah compositions are also at the epicenter of what is going on with her work. I love how passionate Sophie is about music and about Mozart in particular. She has a particular affinity for him. She's also a very accomplished pianist herself, and she plays piano excellently, and she knows his compositions inside and out. I also love how we get to see these two main cities, Vienna and Prague, and just how musical they are and how they both claim Mozart as their own and how Mozart's influence is still strong in those two cities. Music is woven in and out of this book, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Another interesting aspect is the use of chess in this novel. Simon is a very good chess player, and part of his arc in the story is playing a chess game with a mysterious person who sends him letters with his chess move. Simon doesn't know who he's playing chess with and what outcome it will lead to, but it is an interesting game of cat and mouse as he plays this game and tries to win and uncover the secrets behind this mysterious chess player. Another thing I really loved about the Mozart Code is the two settings. I've never been to Austria or Czech Republic, but I'd really love to visit both, and I really enjoyed getting to see Vienna and Prague in this book. Neither one is shown in a touristic way. Rather, the descriptions are very hazy and dark and mysterious. You're seeing them through the lens of espionage and a musician who is long gone, but he still has a tight hold on these two cities and their histories and their cultures that they have. It's a shadowy and hazy look at these two cities, but I really enjoyed feeling like I was in those two cities, walking the streets at night, searching for clues. It was very immersive. And while one of the main plot lines about the espionage wasn't quite my cup of tea, or something that I really understand, as I mentioned, the other plot line that I did enjoy and that did draw me to the book is the romance between Simon and Sophie. I've been reading a lot of historical romances lately, and I've always loved a good love story. So I enjoyed seeing these two characters and seeing them slowly acknowledge their true feelings for each other. Interspersed between the chapters that are set in the 1940s, we also get looks back at Simon and Sophie in the decade prior to this. We get to see how they met and how they developed a close friendship with each other, how they ended up agreeing to a marriage of convenience with each other and why that was convenient for both of them, what the benefit of that was. And we get to see how deep their connection is, even if romance isn't technically involved yet. I like seeing how Simon has loved and pined for Sophie for so many years, but he hasn't really made that clear to her. And seeing how Sophie has her own personal traumas, that probably generational traumas, I would say, that come from her family and the lack of love she has seen in her family and why she's afraid of love, and maybe why that holds her back from loving Simon. This is a slow building romance, and it is a clean romance, by the way. So there's no open door scenes, but I still really enjoyed seeing these two characters grow closer to each other and seeing their romance slowly unfold. It doesn't have quite the big passion that I see in other books, but that's okay. I still really cared for these two characters. We also get to see a lot of personal story for Simon in particular, and about his parentage and who he really is, who his real dad is, and I think that was another interesting aspect of the book. The Mozart Code has some action-packed scenes towards the end and some interesting revelations, although the very close does feel rather soft to me. It's more of a quiet, gentle close rather than a big declaration, exciting kind of close, but that works for the novel and the tone that it had throughout the chapters. One final thing I do want to mention is the Mozart Code's classification as Christian fiction. Now, I'm an atheist and I generally avoid Christian fiction. I'm just not too interested in reading things that are overly religious or maybe come across as preachy. But I went into this one with an open mind, and I was really hoping that I would like it in spite of any religious overtones that it might have had. Now, luckily for me, and anyone else who's not so religious, to me this book did not feel overtly religious in any way. If I didn't know it was classified as Christian fiction, I never would have guessed, honestly. Sorry, the light is getting kind of bright out there. Now, I read Rachel McMillan's acknowledgments, and it seems that the Mozart Code is based on, or at least loosely inspired by, a certain verse in the Bible. So if you are religious and if you are familiar with the Bible, you might pick up on these themes and you might get something extra out of the book that I didn't notice. But again, as someone who is not religious and as someone who has not read the Bible, it went right over my head, so I didn't notice anything religious or anything like that. So I think this book can be enjoyed equally regardless of whether you are Christian or whether you're not Christian. So I was really pleased about that. I was able to enjoy this book fully. So there's a lot I liked about the Mozart Code, although there was some stuff I just didn't really understand. I guess I'm just dumb at espionage, I don't know. But in the end, I give this book 3.5 stars. And I definitely encourage you to pick up the Mozart Code once it's out in March. So I hope you enjoyed this book review video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, please ring the bell to get all my notifications. I'll be making at least 1 or 2 book review videos like this one every week, and I also have additional content coming out now that you don't want to miss. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!